How much rest time am I supposed to get between work shifts or at the end of the week? Or, can my boss make me work 7 days straight? These are all really important questions, and the answers to these questions can be found in the Basic Conditions of Employment Act. To find the answer to these questions, we need to zoom in on Section 15 of the BCEA. This section deals with your daily and weekly rest periods. Right, so without further ado, let's dive right into this section and break down exactly what the Act says about your rest period rights. The BCEA makes sure that every employee in South Africa gets a good chunk of rest between their work shifts. According to Section 15, you are entitled to 12 consecutive hours of rest from the time you finish work until your next shift begins. This is basically to ensure that you are not being overworked and have enough time to rest and recharge those batteries of yours. How many hours can I work in a day? You can work up to 9 hours in a day, if you work 5 days a week, but after that your employer must allow you at least 12 hours of rest before your next shift. What if I work more than 5 days a week? In this case, you can work up to 8 hours a day, and the same 12-hour rest rule applies. Apart from the daily rest period that you are entitled to, the BCEA also ensures that you get enough rest in a week. You are entitled to a minimum of 36 consecutive hours of rest every week. Usually, this will include a Sunday unless there is an agreement between you and your employer to make another day your off day. Can I take my rest on a different day if I work Sundays? Yes, you can. In some industries like the hospitality or retail industries, employees will often find themselves working on Sundays. In this case, employers and employees can agree to take rest on another day. You can even agree to an arrangement where you get 60 consecutive hours of rest every 2 weeks, like a long weekend. What happens if I don't get my weekly rest period? If your employer doesn't give you your entitled rest, they are violating the BCEA. You can report them to the Department of Labor, and they may face consequences. While the rules around rest periods are pretty clear, the BCEA does make room for some flexibility. For example, if you and your employer agree, you could take a shorter rest period 1 week and a longer one the next. Section 15 of the BCEA was put in place to protect employees from being overworked and under-rested. If you feel like your rights are being violated or you are not getting the rest periods you deserve, then you need to take action. A good start is to discuss the issue with your employer. Point out that you are entitled to set rest periods under the BCEA. If this does not help, then you might need to think about contacting the Department of Labor. Your health and well-being are important, and this law is in place to ensure you get the necessary time to rest. Does my lunch break count towards my rest time? No, meal breaks do not count as part of your rest period. Your 12-hour or 36-hour rest period is in addition to your lunch or dinner breaks. What if I want to work more? Can I waive my rest period? No, again, you cannot completely give up your right to rest periods. Even if you want to work extra hours, the law requires that your employer provides these rest breaks to protect your well-being. Understanding the rest periods that you are entitled to under the BCEA is important, and Section 15 is there to ensure that you get the breaks you deserve or rather need. Whether it is your daily 12-hour rest between shifts or your weekly 36-hour downtime, make sure that you are getting all the rest you are entitled to. And finally, always remember, if you are unsure about your rights in the workplace, you are welcome to ask for advice in the comments below. So, to end off, let's remember, your rest is your right, so don't be shy about claiming it.